Hello, hello. Somebody was there and left and came back and left. And I'm here now at 7:01. Nobody's there. Oh, well. You win some, you lose some. I might have missed my opportunity, I guess. Hello, whoever is there. Welcome or welcome back if you were here earlier and left. I wasn't quite ready yet. But I'm ready now, I guess. Hello, 2 peoples. 3 peoples. Hello, hello. It's Nyx. Hello, Nyx. And Donna. Hi, Donna. I'm glad you guys are keeping me company tonight. I surely am. Okay, so the agenda for tonight is I am first going to show you my second pre-order, which is pretty small. Aw, thank you. Oh, we have 2 more people, apparently. Anyway, I'm going to share that, and then I'm going to go over a few little things, and then we're going to jump into making cards with the Everything is Rosy. And we're going to make a shaker card, hopefully. Hi, Isabel. How are you? I haven't seen or heard from you in a long time. I think maybe a couple weeks ago I saw you on Judy's. I haven't been not getting to Judy's lives. They're either at the same time as the one I'm doing now with Kathy's cards and Tina and Andrea on Wednesday nights, or I don't know why. I think I fell asleep Sunday and didn't get there. Ugh, crazy, huh? Anyway, thank you for the thumbs up already. Okay, well, let me just jump in with the thing because we'll never get done if I don't. And I'm going to go from the most boring, I guess, to the more exciting to me. I got another snail adhesive. Actually, I got that as rewards. So, woohoo. These heart epoxy droplets, the hearts are upside down, that you can color with alcohol markers. They came out in the occasions catalog. They're carrying over, and I only have like, I don't know, 5 left. So I got another pack of them. And then I did get a couple things that are for demonstrators only, and they were leftovers from the on stage. Stampin' Up has pens, and guess what? These are in the new in colors: Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and the tip up here is Pretty Peacock, and this looks like Seaside Spray, Purple Posy, and Rococo Rose. So I got 2 each of those because one's for me and one's going to go in the giveaway box. Hi, Judy. How are you? Thank you for coming. Okay, and then I got a couple I had gotten the ink pads in the 4 colors they let us get, but I hadn't gotten the refills, and I got them in all 4 of the available colors: of Pretty Peacock, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and Terracotta Tile. The one we aren't able to get yet is Purple Posy because there's a problem with the ink and they're trying to fix it before, you know, too long into the main catalog period, which will be starting June 4th. Yes. Then I got another thing that's for demonstrators only. It's called the One Stop Box. It's a little stamp set related to Paper Pumpkin to give you thanks or invite you to join or whatever. So I'll be sending out little notes to some people with that occasionally. And then in the current catalog, there's a stamp set. I think it's called Pocket Full of Sunshine, and it goes with these pocket framelits. And I've been like on the fence about the stamp set for a long time, but I really wanted this pocket die, and the new catalog's going to they're carrying over the dies, but they're not carrying over the stamp set. They have a new stamp set, though, that I like even better, but I didn't get yet because we couldn't get it with our pre-order. So I got this for the pocket. The other one had the sunglasses, which I guess I won't have the stamp, but I still have the frame, and I can probably draw on it or something. I don't know. And this was like money folded up, so I can do something creative with that. And I don't know, I can't remember what this was supposed to be, but I mostly got it for the pocket, and then I can use it with the new stamp set that's going to be in the new catalog. And that's not like a bundle or anything in the new catalog, it's just a stamp, so that'll be fun. So that was the next thing. So I didn't get all brand new products. The next thing isn't either, but I have this issue with they retired some of the sentiment sets, like thoughtful banners, and I sort of have a shortage of sentiments. Now, I had gotten the well-written framelits that were a bundle with this well said stamp set, but I had never gotten the stamp set, and I just decided to get it because it's got the lettering is a little bigger than like the itty bitty greeting, so I thought that would be better for me because I like them about this size. This is cling, so yeah, I got those. And then let's see, I have, okay, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I did get one new bundle. Oh, brand new. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff. I don't have any room. I'm out of room. I say that every time, and it doesn't get any better. So this bundle is called Parcels and Petals, and it got some beautiful fonts here. Somebody loves you, lots and lots. I really like this here, sort of a background stamp. Birthday cheer to you all year. You're the best. You did it. Thank you. A little something and to from. And then I mostly got this for the dies because it's called Parcels and Petals for a reason. Because it makes an adorable little box and a parcel. So, and I have not played with this yet. It just came today, actually. So I'll be playing with that, and it's got a little label thing and some decorative things and a little, looks like another tag topper. So in addition to the new punch, they have this fancy tag topper as well. So I am looking forward to playing with that. And that goes with this. It's a bundle in the new catalog. So 10% off, just like always, for the bundled items. It is cute. I can't wait to play with it. And up until like yesterday or the day before, I really hadn't seen anybody else showing that one. And it was in the pre-order, so I thought, you know what? I really wanted that one more than Bloom Than Grow, but I bought the wrong thing, and so now I have both. And then two more things. At the on stage, the demonstrators there were given a set of file folders. Guess what suite this matches? Bird Ballad. But I can use it in my office stuff. So I had to buy these because I didn't go to on stage. But and they're considered a non-commissionable. You don't get commission on them. So you get two birdies. And that one, this is Bird Cages, and it's in the Pretty Peacock and the Purple Posy. And then this looks like it's in Rococo Rose and Purple Posy, and this looks like one of the Magnolias. So I thought I could beautify my work area, but be functional as well. And then the last thing I got, and this is in the current annual catalog, and it's carrying over, sorry for the glare, is Rose Glimmer paper. And I got it to go with the Everything Rosy medley that has rose foil in it. But I thought maybe I could use some of that designer paper with this Rose Glimmer paper. You get two 12 by 12s. So pretty. We might be using that tonight or maybe another time because I want to show you in a minute all the cards I made in preparation for tonight. But first, just a couple business things. Everything is Rosy, which I already did a haul video, if you will, on it, a unboxing. Only goes through May 31st. I'm going to show you all the cards I made with just 7 of the papers out of the pack, and you get 48 plus 8, so you get 56 including the foil. So I'm going to show you the cards that I made, and we're going to make hopefully 3 of them, maybe only 2 because 1 takes a little while. So that's the first thing. It's good through May 31st, and I will have some rewards for those that order it and or those that order anything in May. Here's the May host code. It's too late to order the Shelly Paper Pumpkin Kit, but you can order the June one. It's called Share a Little Love. And let me look at my notes because I just got today a little bit more information about it. Let's see if I can figure out where I wrote it. Of course not. Of course not. Anyway, how are you guys all doing while I look for this paper pumpkin stuff? It's got to be right here probably. Okay, yes, I have it. Okay, the June kit is called Share a Little Love, and it's supposed to be based on the spirit of Stampin' Up, which is to share. Sharing is caring is one of their mottos. Shouldn't you be getting the catalog? It should be coming to you. Clay already got his last week. So everybody else should be getting them between now and June 3rd, if that's what you meant. Anyway, the colors this coordinates with are Crumb Cake, Coastal Cabana, and Old Olive, which they're sharing a little peek there of. Okay. So really pretty colors. Oh, yes, Paper Pumpkin soon. Absolutely. Mine, I know it said it shipped on the 13th, but it comes by U.S. Postal Service. So I don't usually get mine till around the 18th or 19th. And I get mine earlier than some people, but later than some people. So, hi, Melody. Melody, where are you located? I mean, are you in the States or are you in Canada or what? Anyway, the kit is supposed to be 16 fun-sized, beach-themed cards and envelopes, plus an exclusive little carrying case so that you can take these little fun-sized envelopes and cards and just hand them out as random acts of kindness to people. So I think that's a really cool idea. And I'm looking forward to it. Plus, I love the colors of it. And you can see they have a little sample of the stamps here, I think, unless that's already pre-printed with a starfish and a little coral and things. So cute kit. The price starting in June is $22 a kit. Okay, you're in Illinois. Then yes, I can probably help you. Now, are you a demonstrator or do you already have one? Sorry, I'm asking so many questions, but you asked if I could help, so I'm asking some questions too. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. The price will be $22 starting in June. If you do a 6 or 12 month prepaid subscription before June 1st, you're locked in at that rate. You are a demonstrator. Okay. You really should seek help from your upline, but I'm happy to share what I do here with anybody. Everybody's, Donna, that's not on a prepaid goes up to 22 plus tax as of June 1st. So your one for May billed at the $19.95 plus tax, but if you're on a month-to-month, yes, it's going to go up to 22. If you're on a prepaid where you paid in advance for 6 or 12 months prior to June 1st, then no, that won't go up till the prepaid expires. And then it is discounted down from the 22 The prepaids include shipping, but they discount the price, and it comes out a better deal with the 6 and 12-month subscriptions. I'm on month-to-month right now, and I'm staying there until Celebration again next year. So anyway, so that I think is it for my business stuff for the moment. Or you can join my team and get a 20% discount right away. You get a starter kit worth $125 for $99 and order some of this yummy stuff right away. And if you're interested in that, let me know. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards, and we'll get back to the other stuff, some more business later. Okay, the first card we're going to be making, is this one. Hang on, which I've already started to prep for again. It is a shaker card. Right there, see? And it says, may your birthday be filled with pretty things. So I filled it with pretty things. Yeah. So, it's not too hard, actually. I struggled a little bit in the beginning with it, but I'll show you what I'm going to do a little differently. And then there's the inside. So if you missed the haul of this paper, let me just quickly show you the papers. Okay, you get 8 sheets. This is only a partial sheet, but you get 8 6x6 of the rose gold foil. This has some streaks in it because I ran it through my big kick. Yeah, anyway. And then this is only a partial also, but it's got like this marbled rose gold and navy. And then this looks like tile mosaic and navy. And then there's this one, bling bling, and the pink, light pink with the colors are Melon Mambo and Night of Navy primarily. No problem, Melody. And this one has rose gold foiling on that side and nothing on that side as far as foiling. That's how all of them are. And then this one, really pretty. It's like leaves all over in rose gold on navy. And then this one. So you get 48 sheets. You get 8 of 6 patterns. Did I miss one? Yes. And then this one, if I didn't show that already, with this on the back. And then you get 8 foil sheets, rose gold foil. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Christina. I always hesitate with your name for some reason. Okay, so we're going to make this shaker card. And I'm going to have to keep it here for reference because this took me a little while the first time I made it. And I struggled a little bit for a couple reasons, but I'll show you what I'm doing differently. So this is Night of Navy cardstock. It's 8.5 by 11, cut in half at 5.5. And then I'm not going to score it. I'm just going to, you can score it at 4 1/4, but I'm just going to fold it in half and give it a good, whatever you call that. Hi, Brandy. Doing pretty well here. Hi, Clay. It's okay. I just went over briefly some paperwork kind of stuff, and I'm going to go over some more possibly midway through and at the end. So stay tuned at the end for some announcements. Okay, so there's our cardstock. And the next thing we're going to do, if I can find the pre-cut sheet I already did. This is cut at 5 3/8 this way by 4 1/8 this way. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down with my favorite liquid glue. It is a pretty blue. I love the Night of Navy. And I love Melon Mambo too. It's a really pretty pink. Pink is my second favorite color next to turquoise, in case anybody didn't know that. But I like blues generally. And and pinks. Okay, I'm just gonna, let me make sure I want to put this on. I don't know. To me, these flowers have some direction, and I'm going to stand up because I get things centered better when I stand up, I think, most of the time. There we go. Okay. Now, I already pre-cut this piece out of this other sheet, and it is, I think it's 2 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. That's fine, Brandy. Yeah, actually it's about 2 1/4. It was 2 1/8 and I made it bigger. 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. And what we're going to do, oh, and this was cut out with the, oh, hang on, with this layering circle framelits. But if you have a punch that's about, I don't know, I think right around 1 3/4 or so, you can use that. But that's a scallop circle that I used to cut that out. And then what I did on this one is I actually cut a bigger one of those scallop circles out to put under here, but I found it really hard to line it up. So, oh, really? I like that one. It comes, they're not real expensive. I think I got it on Amazon somewhere. It's made by Westcott, who made my other clear ruler too. I like it because I can hold it still against the paper here to measure. Anyway, but I have like 3 different rulers and I haven't found the perfect one yet. Anyway, okay, so what I'm going to do this time is stamp on this sheet. I cut this to be just slightly smaller than the width of this, which I said was 2 1/4. So this is probably 2 1/8. And I'm going to stamp our sentiment, which is right here in Night of Navy. Forgive my reach. I have stuff in front of me and on the floor and beside me. Anyway, so we're going to stamp the sentiment to peek through this window. So I have to try and get it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just, I don't want to glue that because I have to leave room for the window. And let me put my stamp on here straight. Well, straighter than it was anyway. I should have shown you all the cards. I made 9 cards this morning. And my goal was to not go over using 1 of each sheet of paper plus 1 foil. And I did okay. I did it. I have a few scraps left. Beautiful. Okay, so here's a tip. You want to make sure you have some kind of padding under you, under your stamp when you're stamping with photopolymer. You get a better impression. I have a mat under this paper, and that helps give you a good impression. But I found these stamps in this Everything is Rosy set to be wonderful. They stamp wonderful, and I just love this pretty little font they have here. So I'm happy that I got this this set, even though I was on the fence because of the, the expenditure with the new catalog stuff coming up. Okay, so now let me bring this back in. Now the next thing I did is the Everything is Rosy dies come with this beautiful edgelit type thing. And I used the rose gold and cut 2 of them out. And you see it comes, when you cut these out, it cuts this part out and leaves it attached to your paper. But it sort of makes an impression about I don't know, I guess that's about 1/8 of an inch out. And I took the trimmer and trimmed it right at that 8 inch mark on both of them that I cut. Now they're going to be a little too long, and that's okay. So I'm going to turn this upside down and glue them down up here so that just the leafy parts stick out. And I think I'm going to go over the edge a little bit on both sides. So that's what I'm going to do next. Everybody with me so far? Oh gosh. I'm just putting a tiny little line of glue on that 1/8 inch area there. And I'm going to try and line this up as straight as I can. And because it's foil, you kind of have to let it, thank you, Melody. You kind of have to let it dry for a second so it doesn't slide around. I want to make sure it's lined up pretty evenly with the top. Okay, and I'll cut that extra off in a minute. Hi, Wonderbar Crafts. How are you? We're making a shaker card. Well, we're just really starting. It looks like this. And the inside looks like that. And we're using the Everything is Rosy Medley by Stampin' Up. You're Denise. Okay, thank you. I forget names. I'm really bad with names, so please do forgive me for that. I try. I'm getting a little better, but I don't know. I'm going to go down to about there. And again, I'm just going to take this time I'm going to try and line that up on the very end. Okay. Okay, and we're just going to let that dry for a minute. How are you, Denise? And how's everybody else doing? Are you having a dry week instead of a rainy one like we are? Oh my goodness. It's rained for like 3 days. In fact, the sun came out a little bit just before sunset. I see it's setting now, but it also sort of got dark, and I don't know if that's because it's getting dark or because it's going to storm again. And we're expecting thunderstorms and rain on Friday, and that will be the 13th Friday in a row that we've had rain. Yeah. Fortunately, I think Saturday is supposed to be sort of clear, although now I'm seeing a thunderstorm thing on because I'm having a yard sale at my house Saturday, and well, I didn't put the ad in today. I have till noon tomorrow. I'm hesitating. I'm going to look at the weather one more time in the morning, and if it says rain, I'm not going to have it this Saturday. But I'm going to be so disappointed. Okay, now, Stampin' Up sells window sheets. They come in a, they come in like 12 by 12 sheets. You get 2 of them. And they're just they're heavy duty, you know, clear see-through window, basically. So I cut a piece. The other one, I cut it all the way down, and I don't really need that much. I only need enough to cover this little window. So I'm going to make sure that's clean, first of all, and lay that down on here first. And I did find that this, my favorite glue, works very well on it. So we're going to, I'm actually going to put the glue on the acetate at the very edges. And it will dry clear, but nobody's going to see it anyway because it's going to be on the underneath part. It will be on the underneath part if that's where you put it, which I almost made a mistake on. And I guess after this card, I'm going to let you guys choose the next one because I'll let you see the rest of them. I was going to try and do a class with some of them, but I think I'm going to hold off on classes until June. because there's not enough time left in the month really. I'm going to give that a good burnish and make sure that holds. And that give it a minute to dry. Okay. So now we have to put some foam on, and on the other one, and I'm going to use it on these two, this one too. I use these foam adhesive strips, but on the other one, because I cut this out as a circle, I had to try and make the foam go as a circle, but I also had to put it all the way down the edges here because this had to be bumped up. Okay, does that make sense? I hope. Thank you, Donna. My inspiration from this came from a magazine from the UK, actually. It was the, I don't remember the name of it. Cards and Paper Crafting? Card Making and Paper Craft magazine. And I don't remember the issue, but it's the one that had the swan in it. Swan stamp set. So that was my inspiration. Theirs was a swan thing, but I thought, I could do something like that with the rosy thing. So it's a little different, but it's still cute. Okay, so now, since I cut this as a rectangle, it'll be easier for me to put the foam strips like here and here. And I don't really care, and they'll be down along the bottoms. I don't really care if the sequins go a little bit below the window. So let's pull these. I love these strips. They're perfect for this kind of project where you need a thin, let me move that out of the way, thin strip. And I'm going to kind of put this down close to where that, oops, close to where the circle is, but all the way over to the edge on the ends. And get my little scissors. And then I use this one too. Now this one, I'm going to have to put another piece down, down closer, but we'll do that in a minute. Anybody have any questions or comments so far? Would you do this differently? You know, that kind of stuff. Okay, now I'm going to put one sort of smack up against where that circle is, but I'm not going to make it circular this time. Hopefully we won't lose our sequins. One continuous piece. I have foam mounting tape, but it's in like rectangles, and I use that on a different card. But no, I have not actually tried that. Just don't have any is all. I haven't really made too many shaker cards. Now that one doesn't matter if it's not up against here, and this one probably need a little piece in there. So, well, this isn't continuous, but it's long strips, and it would be probably okay for just a card, but when you're doing something like this, I'm actually going to put another strip in here because it's too far away from the circle. And I want to tighten up this corner over here. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy with that. Now, our sequins, the ones I'm using are not available until June 4th, but they are called the Woven Threads Sequin Assortment that match all the new in colors. And we're just going to put another secret here is you don't want to overfill your in fact, I'm going to take some of those out because I want to be able to see the sentiment when we peek through. Oops, that'll go in. Okay, let me get these out of the way. I have to keep my desk sort of straightened as I go, or I will have one heck of a mess here. Ooh, 10 thumbs ups already. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Clay. Okay, so now what we have to do is try and line this up before I take the stuff off. So right about there. I'm going to take these inner ones off first and try and line the sentiment up first. Okay, so actually maybe I better take one of these off too. Okay. Sorry, this is probably like watching paint dry. Okay, I'll just leave the ends for after we get this done. Yep, get back in there. They're trying to escape. Don't let them escape. Just making sure I have all the stickies off those. Yep. Let's see how we did. Not bad. Ta-da! So now let me take the remaining, it's a little crooked, a little bit crooked, not too bad though. And what did Brandy say? Yeah, I don't do them very often because they take a lot. I won't tell you how long this one took me because it's not just, you know, making it when you do it the first time. It's figuring out the design and stuff, right? So I'm going to make sure this is all pushed down good. Sticking to me good, so I think it's okay. It shakes okay, so as long as our pieces don't start flying out everywhere. And I want that sort of centered. Oops, I twisted my little thingy. Oh, I broke one of my little things. He'll be all right. I'll fix him with a glue dot or something. There we go. So now we just have to decorate and get rid of our trash. Thank you, Isabel. So I think doing it with the squares is much easier than trying to take those strips and go around in a circle like I did on this one. It works too, but it took me a little bit longer. So let me see. I started ahead of time to, if I can find them. Oh, here they are right in front of me. Duh. To die cut some flowers. And what I just did is I took the Everything is Rosy. I did one of these in Melon Mambo, one of these in Melon Mambo, and two of these little ones here in Night of Navy. And then I did use the coordinating dies to cut them out. But this one I got a little bit wonky. So I'm going to give it a haircut manually, which is not my favorite thing to do. But it just has a little too much weight to my liking on it. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Melody. I don't know what you agreed with. I'm sorry. try to follow chat, but when you get busy doing stuff, you sometimes miss stuff. But I will say I find it a little easier. Oh, okay. Okay. A little bit easier to chat with just me doing the live than I do when it's like 3 and 4 of us on Wednesday nights. It gets confusing to me because we're on Google Hangouts and I can only see the chat on my phone because I have the regular screen up in Google Hangouts on my laptop, and I can never see who's up. I mean, people tell me, but I'm running it tomorrow night, folks. So, yikes. My first time running a Google Hangout, hopefully, if it works right. It should. Kathy and I tested it a week ago, and I wrote everything down. So I think we'll be okay as long as the invites go through right. I'm just going to cut this little bit of white off, and then we'll be done with this one. And the other ones, I'll leave the white the way it is because they weren't as far off the mark. So I tried to get it ready so that via the magic of video. Okay, now on this one, we just put that down here, and this one we put up here with one of these guys in the middle. And then this one's going to go over here, and then we'll add some other bling, and then we'll be done. Well, no, we have to do the inside. I always do my inside. That's okay, Donna. That is more important for sure. And almost always, whatever we make, we each do a project share video soon, like a day or 2 or 3 after, sometimes a week after, because whoever's channel it's on gets credit for the watch time on the group. That's why we're taking turns. But everybody else doesn't. So if you do a project share, at least you get watch time. Plus, most of the time, I'm a slow crafter, especially compared to these other ladies, and I don't always finish. And last Wednesday, my neighbor's house caught fire, and so I had to abruptly leave the live because we had about, I don't know, 10 or 12 fire trucks and police cars and everything else going on outside. Okay, now the last thing I did on the outside was, and I don't know what I did. Here they are. The Everything is Rosy medley, available only in May, comes with these mirror embellishments, and they are real mirror, and they come with a little finish on. But what I found is if I pop them out first and put them down, then I can get the protective coating off of them pretty easily. Just peels right up. It's just a thin layer of plastic. Yeah, he's got a big dumpster. Thank you so much, Deborah. Oh, thank you, Isabel. That was sweet. Oh, that's when you watched, Donna? Oh, yeah, it's really a sad story. But anyway, no people were injured, fortunately, but they did lose a cat. So he was worried about the cat, and he came home and he couldn't get his garage open. The power was off because of some kind of electrical fire, I guess. Yeah, the foil is so pretty, isn't it? It just makes everything shine brightly. That one's a little crooked. There we go. Okay, so let me do the inside. I have pre-cut some white, and this is a piece of the leftover from this. So I'm pretty sure what I did on the inside is I like to finish my insides either a little stamping or a little piece of extra paper. So let me make sure this is the right size. I think it should be. Yes. I cut a bunch of Whisper White card mats at 5 1/4 by 4, so they're a 1/4 inch less. Yeah, poor. I didn't even know they had a cat because years ago they had a dog, and I knew it just got old, you know, and passed away. But I guess they've had this cat for a couple years. I didn't even know it until he said, "I'm worried about the cat." I'm like, "Oh no, I didn't even know you had a cat." And later in the evening, once they had all the windows open and the firemen went through the house and stuff, it had smoke, inhaled too much smoke. There was just smoke everywhere in the house, coming out the roof, and yeah, it's really sad. But I'm just thankful everybody was okay. But that is the most excitement we've had on this street, and as long as I've lived here, I think. And I don't care to have that kind of excitement anymore. And I'm sure that family doesn't either. Ever again. And what's really sad is they own like a small Victorian gift shop in like a farmer's market that's only open 3 days a week. It's sort of an upscale farmer's market, if you will. And they were trying to sell it, and they had a buyer apparently, but now all their back inventory was probably, or most of it was probably ruined from the smoke. So I'm sure that's probably fallen through. And then after they sold that, they were going to, yeah, I know. I said under the beds probably, or in a closet or something, but wherever it hid, it was just too much smoke. So I don't think if that happened with my cat, she wouldn't survive either, because she already has trouble. Her one little nostril gets clogged up. So there's our first card, ladies and gents. Only took us, what, half an hour probably, because we did some other stuff first. So really pretty. I love it. It's like my favorite card out of the batch. So I hope you do too. You have trouble with measurements? Oh. Thank you, Melody. Thank you, Donna. Okay, so let me show you the other 9 cards. And I mean other 8 cards, and you guys can help pick, because I don't have any of the other papers cut except for the card bases. Okay, these are not in the order I made them, I don't think, but this is the next one. There's only one other fancy fold kind of card, and then this is the inside of that one. So that's 2. This one's really pretty too. This is bumped up actually on foam mounting tape. And I got this, I wanted to do something with the part that I punched out of that piece from the shaker circle. That's how I kept playing around trying to use this blue part. So that's where that came from. And there's the inside of that. And then here's the third, well, fourth one really. And this one was scraps from this one with this piece here. And the, was it the first one? I think, I remember. This was part of a scrap too off another one. Might be. I don't know. I'm sure this was probably the next one. Yeah, because then I used this scrap from here. So that's kind of what I was doing. I was trying to use up only one piece, 6 pieces of designer paper, 1 each, and then 1 piece of foil. So this was scraps from the foil and from those other 2 papers. And then I did that same treatment as the shaker card, but I cut these out in Melon Mambo instead. Okay, so that's those. And then this one is also a similar design, but I just used a whole Whisper White mat and I stamped on it. And then I'll show you this little technique. I learned it from a different demonstrator too. This is two 1-inch strips of the designer paper. And then this is a leftover piece of the foil, and I just flagged it and a piece of Whisper White, wrapped some of the new ribbon around it, and did some of the die cuts from the dies that come with this medley in Night of Navy, and put them behind and in front here. And then this is the leftover from that. Very simple card. It's really just a piece of designer series paper, ribbon wrapped all the way around in the inside, another little strip of that designer paper, and then these are punch out pieces that came with the kit. This paper is the Everything is Rosy Medley. It's available only in May, Deborah, from Stampin' Up. But it's not, you can't just get the paper, you have to get the whole medley. Let me get you the item number, and I'll show you the actual papers. Let's see what the item code is. 150059. It's $80, but that is actually a very good value, because if you buy everything that comes with it separately, it'd be about $110 according to my calculation. Thank you, Donna. And then this one, ever since I did last month's Oh So Inspired collab, I wanted to do another diagonal type thing. So this is a piece of designer paper. I just cut it. I cut the mat, and then I cut it on a diagonal on the trimmer. But on this piece, I stamped that larger flower in Melon Mambo on Melon Mambo. And then this is one of the punch outs in the set, in the medley. I stamped the thank you from the stamp set. And then I just used a piece of the fuchsia, Melon Mambo ruched ribbon, or ruffle, or whatever you want to call it, and tied a bow. And on the inside, all I did was stamp off on Melon Mambo and put a little flower in. Let me roll this back up. And so here you can see, here's the other diagonal piece that I have to make another card. And then the last card I did is this one, and I made a, what do you call these things? Easel card. Easel card. So, and this was using scraps. This was the last piece of foil. These were some little pieces I had left. This is stamping with some stamps from the set. And then these, I think I did have to cut this larger piece of mango melody, but this was a scrap. And then this was a punch out. This was a punch out. And then these were stamp and die cuts from the set. And this was a separate piece of mango melody. And that's on thick Whisper White. So, do you want to do another one? Yes, no? If so, which one? Let me lay them out here. You tell me which one you'd like to do next. Because no matter which one we do, I have to cut everything anyway. Or if you don't want to do one, that's okay too. Easy. Easel. The easel one. This one here. Donna wants the easel. Do I hear another one? The one in the middle. This one. Which one in the middle, Melody? This one. Okay. So we have the easel and this one. Okay. All right. We have our two picked out. Let me see what papers they use. Or the one with the, they all have foiling. I mean, this has foiling. These have foiling. This has foiling. That has foil. This has a little foiling. This has foil. I don't know. Well, too late. These guys picked. Okay. Thanks, Judy. Let me think a minute. I guess it doesn't really matter which one we do next. All right. We'll do the easel. because then if we run out of time, the other ones are easier and I can show them. Okay, so to do the easel, you take your piece of cardstock, and instead of cutting it in half this way, you cut it in half long ways. So you've got 11 by 4 1/4. Okay, 4.25, and I picked right. Well, we had about 3 people say easel, so I figured that's kind of a consensus on my channel. 3. Anyway. Okay. So just like a basic card. And then the only other thing you do different is, and I'm going to score that for the next one, is you score it at 2.75 inches. So, oops, because it's 5 1/2 this way. So half of that is 2 3/4, 2.75. I'm just going to score it. That's the scoring blade. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. We just made a shaker card, and now we're doing an easel card. So here's our shaker card we just did. And this is with the Everything is Rosy Medley by Stampin' Up. That's only available in May, but it's a whole suite of product, which if everyone hasn't seen that, I can do a quick run through of it at the end again. Okay, so all I did is took the front part of that, scored it in half so it'll fold flat for mailing, and there you go. So now the next step is we need 2 pieces of Mango Melody, and I have a scrap here, but I don't think it's going to be quite big enough. No, let me get another piece. I'll just use one of the card bases I have. Let me just measure to make sure. Hi, Tina. Okay, so the Mango Melody is going to be 4 inches by 2 1/2. And both of these are the same. 4 inches by 2 1/2. Don't let me forget that. Ooh, they weren't my trimmer, my one trimmer. Okay, so let's do the 2 1/2 first. Wouldn't you love to be the person whose job it is to name the colors? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's some of them are tongue twisters. By 4. You'll notice I have 3 different trimmers now. Because I changed the blade in my Stampin' Up one, but I think the track is bad for trimming, but it still works for scoring. And I do have another track. I just didn't get it out to put it in yet. Anyway, so I'm using a combination of my Stampin' Up one and my Fiskars one, and then I have my Big Mama. Okay, so we have this, and I'm going to go ahead and glue these down in this. So there's our starting point. Love these fine tip bottles. I spent a little bit of time the other day, and I took one big bottle of my favorite glue and I poured it into about 6, well, it wasn't a full bottle, but I poured it into about 6 little bottles. And I did really good not having them bubble up or overflow until the last one. I was so mad. Like, oh, it's such a waste of glue. And I didn't bring my funnel up, and I should have. I have a little tiny funnel I found. But I just kind of gave up on that one. So is anybody else crafting while you're watching? Making any cards or anything else special? Oh, by the way, my mother did love the sort of shabby 3-tiered wall hanging I made her for Mother's Day on last Wednesday's live that got interrupted. Donna is cooking. Oh, thank you, Isabel. Okay, so this is the card we're making. And I have to find in the medley, I might already have some out. Hang on. I had a bunch of leftover pieces. So let's see if we have the same one. Probably not. Let me get the other sheet. And see which one. Well, this one's kind of close, but I like the rounded edges. So this is part of the suite, the medley. You get these pre-cut dies. You get 2 sheets of each of these flowers and labels and things. So we're using this one. And when I first punched this out, you see this has little holes in it here. You could save these little rose gold foiled punch outs and use them in a shaker. That was what I was thinking anyway. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for coming over. We're making some cards. So we're on the second one. We're doing an easel card, or attempting to. Right now I'm just punching the little pieces out of the label. I guess I better do it the other way. So you could either use these little foil dots as bling dots, or you could put them in a shaker, but I ended up tossing them because I'd probably lose them and get them all over my craft room. So anyway, but there's another couple of these. So if you did it all at once and put them in a little baggie, that would be a good thing. Then you'd have rose gold little dots for shaker cards. Yeah, see, Melanie, I'm all full of tips. I don't always follow my own advice, but I come up with ideas once in a while. Trial and error, and I'm still learning too, but I enjoy it. It's my escape till the phone rings anyway. Okay, so that's that, and they're gonna go in the trash. Okay, so we're gonna stamp our sentiment on there as soon as I find it. And do I have that one out? I do not. So let me get the stamp set and a block. So the stamp set is Everything is Rosy. It comes with the medley. This is like an all-inclusive medley. It comes with the stamp set, the dies, 48 sheets of paper, 8 sheets of rose gold foil paper, 6 sheets of die cuts. 4 of them have rose gold foiling on. And the designer paper, one side of every sheet has foiling on it. You get 2 rolls of ribbon, Night of Navy with rose gold edging, and this Mango Melody ruched ribbon. I'm missing, oh, and the shimmer paint, which we haven't used yet. Okay, well, the third card might have to be one that has that on it. Oh, good, Tina. I'm glad. And did yours have my information on the back as well? Oh, no. You know what? I just had some bad cartridges, too, for mine. I don't know. I might go back to my HP, even though they're more. Oh, good. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad it came. They're coming actually earlier than I thought, because I thought they wouldn't be out till the end of May. And maybe because I closed out my mailing selector a day or two earlier than the 30th of April. I don't know. Whoops. I finally just got a... Oh, okay. Well, it's good you got a refund, but yeah, it's a pain. You know what, though, Clay? They lightened the catalog this year. That's why there were so many things retired. They only kept carryover things that were really good sellers. And they made the catalog be lighter because in some markets, it can now ship, I don't know, at a different rate or something. But I think here in the States, it's going to be the same. I don't know. I forget what they said. It was like under so many grams. And that was a magic number in some of the countries for shipping. But it's still a big catalog. I kept thinking, oh my gosh, it looks really skinny when they were showing it on the videos for On Stage. Excuse me, I feel like I have to sneeze. Hi, Joanne. Okay, well, we're making an easel card. We already made a shaker. And we're using the Everything is Rosy medley. I love it. That says, time to celebrate all the lovely things in life, starting with you. How are you doing? You're probably getting catalogs mixed up. Last year's, this year's has the sailboats and stuff on the front. Last year said 30th anniversary. This is the Stampin' Chamois, by the way, that I'm cleaning my stamp on. Okay, now, what's in the background on here? Oh, well, first of all, we need to find this little piece of paper here. So, let me go through my paper, because I don't think I cut into that one yet. I did not. I did not cut into that one yet. Yeah, but here it is. And let me check the measurement on that little piece. I'll show it to you. Here it is. Cute. Really cute. So you can watch the replay if you have time sometime to see the beginning. Sort of partway after some announcements. Okay, so now this measures 3.5 by about, I'm going to say, it looks like 1 7/8, but I might go with 2. So wait, 3 and, what did I say, 4? 4 inches? No. 3.5 by 1 7/8. Okay. Thank you, Nix. Even you. Okay. If you have any questions on it or anything, let me know, Joanne. I'll be happy to help you. Okay, so let's go with the 3 1/4. I'm hesitating because this was a scrap, but I don't have any more of that scrap, I don't think. Hang on. And I'm hesitating cutting into a whole new piece. Well, I do, but it's actually, this is all I had left of that from the last one, but that's too small. So we be cutting it. We be cutting it. 3.5. 3.5 by, well, we're going to start with 2. I can always trim it down a little bit. Does that look about? Yeah, it looks about right. Okay. Okay. You like them. You like them. I like them too. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this down now too. So this was 3.5 by 2. The first one was a little off from the 2 because it was a scrap. Just happened to have. This paper is gorgeous. I love all this paper. And if you've seen my unboxing of the pre-order, oh my goodness. That's not even. Wet glue gives you like a few seconds. Just figure something out here. And if I would do it standing up, I'd do better. Good enough. Okay, then what we have is 2 pieces of the ephemera that came in the kit in the medley. So let's look through. We probably don't have the same ones, but actually this does look like this same one, so we'll use that. And then there was a little one. Let me see if I can find another little one. Yep, this one here. And then we have to do one other thing to get these. We stamped. Let me put this over here because this is going to go right about there. And then I stamped 3 things. So let me get some white paper. Clear my desk off. And I have a scrap over here, I think. Let me see if this one has any on it. I have some room on these pieces, so we'll use these first. Okay. Now let me find the stamp. Sorry. Okay, so what I used was this leafy branch thing from the Everything is Rosy stamp set. Take my sentiment off and put it back here for a minute. And Night of Navy ink. And these are actually distinctive stamps. I don't know if you noticed that, but see how these look? You can sort of see, I can see it anyway. I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but you can see some texture in it. So anyway, I need to stamp 3 of those. I might have to put the 3rd one on this piece. And let me clean my stamp. Good night, Judy. Okay, thank you. I'm only going to do maybe one more card. I don't know. It's already 8:15. We shall see, because I have some other things to chat about at the end, too. Okay. Now I need the dies. In a perfect world, I would have had pieces ready for all the cards, but I was really only planning on doing 3 with you guys and then maybe a class, but I decided against the class. I will be putting together a class with a different set for June, just so y'all know. Okay, so these you just sort of have to line up. And then what I do is I take, let me lay it down. I take a sticky note once I get it where I like it. And lay it across it. That way, I usually do it right on my plate, but I'm going to go ahead and move that over to the plate and run it through. And I just go back and forth, but that's just because of where my machine is. I will say on the ones on the edgelets, this stuff here, I run them back and forth and back and forth. So I run it through the machine 4 times, back, back and forth, just to make sure the little intricacies come out. And I do have the thin adapter shim in the machine as well. If you have an electric machine or something, I don't know, they have more pressure, so I don't know what you would need to do with them. Probably just once through. And it comes out really easy. There's one. So let me do these other 2, and I'll be right with you. Two. That creaking is not me, that's my chair. Just in case you were wondering. And that was my plate falling. Oh, goodness. Okay. There we go. Get rid of the scraps. And put our die away so we don't lose it. What did I miss? Yay, Joanne has her list ready. Woohoo! Can't wait to see what you get. You know you can't get everything in the catalog, right? It's just the pre-order list in May, unless you wait and order in June. I don't know if she's still here or not. Okay, now it's time for glue dots, guys. Glue dots and glue. So what you have to do is, first of all, glue these onto the back of this piece, okay? In whatever order you want them in. I like some popping out over here, and then one of these down here, and 2 at the top. And then when you go to glue the rest of it down, I popped it up on dimensionals, but you only put them on the piece that's going to be on this part of the card. What's funny? What did I miss? Nyx is upside down? I'm sorry. What am I missing? I don't know. Anyway, let me pull out my handy dandy take your pick tool. Am I upside down or is it upside down? Or is this just confusing? I'm going to put like 4 glue dots on this bright pink flower. Oh, I wasn't creaking. Well, parts of me do creak, but I wasn't creaking that time. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I could hear the chair. I was like, probably due for a tune-up along with me. So what I did, I just put 4 glue dots on that pink flower, and I'm going to pop that right up here in the corner like that. So that dark pink, do you need to double them up anywhere, or is it thin enough where you don't? double up the glue dots or the dimensionals, or what are we talking about? Next one, I do have to put more on for these, and I'll show you that in a minute. Now this one, I'm going to cover up a good part of the light pink. It's just a little bit sticking out there like that. If I do it the same way. The dimensionals, I did not double them up. They're thin enough. I don't really want it too dimensional because there's already going to be dimension down here also. So if you're going to mail this, you don't want it to be too thick. It's already going to be considered rigid and might cost a little extra. So this might be a card you hand to somebody, you know, or put in a larger package or something. Okay, I put 3 on there. I think the first time I only put 2, but glue dots, or in fact, this sheet I'm using is probably out of a paper pumpkin I got. And I have no idea which one because they come in so many. And I'm using them up before I go into my stash. Let's see, how did I do it? I did 2 showing, so like that. And then this one I have tucked down here about like that. Yeah, but it won't, Brandy. Everything goes up. I know, I was kind of shocked at what the prices were last week when I went to mail something. I was like, what? I knew the flat rates went up and stuff, but some of the others I didn't realize went up. All right, I just put 2 on this, one in the middle down here where there's a lot of area, and one right at the base of this one because it won't be showing. And we're positioning that about, I don't want it to go sticking out too far here because if you do that, I already have an issue up here with this one sticking off the edge of the card. Probably both of them a little bit, but off this edge. I should have raised that up a little bit, but that's okay. We'll just hand this one to somebody or put it in a homemade other envelope. And now we just have these 2 and they just go up here at the top. Oops, that one didn't punch all the way out. It did, but I didn't empty it. There we go. How about this one? Yep, that one came out. Okay. Alrighty. So we're putting them on the front of the stamped image. And I think right there. Because that's the part that's going to be showing through. And this one I think I put there and rolled it a little bit. Yeah, I think they were less than that when I was a little girl. Yeah, that's closer to what I remember, Donna. 5 or 8 or something like that. I don't have too much trouble with my postal service. Once in a while. And UPS has been fantastic lately. I don't know what they're doing to beef up their game, but stuff is getting here like 2 days earlier than when I'm expecting it. So I'm good with that. Okay. So we have all these little dots laying all over that I have to get rid of. Or they will end up on the floor and in my hair and on my socks and everywhere. Now we need dimensionals, and then we'll do this part. So let me find my dimensionals. UPS wants your money. Yeah, they do. And they're getting it too every time I order a shipment here. So now we have to figure out how much of this do we want below the crease and how much above. And I just eyeball it about half. So basically at the bottom of these stems, I don't want to go below the bottom of these stems with dimensionals. And these will also serve to help hold on your other things. Now I also don't want to go above here because they're kind of loose flying up in the air there. You know what I mean? All right. Now I just said I don't want them to go above that, and I'm sticking them in the wrong half. Oh gosh, Deb. See if I can get them off. Yep, I did. Okay. I want them down here, not up here. Sometimes I am directionally challenged, in case you hadn't noticed. But I'm trying. And I think I just put one here and one here for stability. Yeah, that'll work. Ay. I'll tell you. Okay. Was something good? Was it something good? Because we're all going to be hungry. We're coming to your house. And I think right about there. Checking. And there we go. So there you go. Now we have to do this part. And what I need to do first is get a little strip of foil. Now, I did this card last, honestly, so I had left a strip, about a ½ inch strip of foil. So I'll just cut a ½ inch strip of foil and we'll make it work. It looks a little, maybe it was a 3/4 inch. Oh. Well, you know what? We're going to make it be a ½ inch this time. Deb. Southwestern spaghetti. And salad. Yum. You know you've crafted a lot when you use a whole sheet of the dimension. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I go through them pretty much. That's why on a couple of these cards, I actually used foam. I'll show you in a minute. On 2 of the cards that needed a lot of bump up, I didn't use dimensionals because they're like, I needed bigger area covered in cheaper price for that area. Okay, so I just have a little sticking off here I need to trim off. Now here I did some stamping, but I want to cut this little piece here first. And again, we go to our scraps. Oh, look, I have a scrap. We'll use that. And then I need another little piece of paper, designer paper, and I don't think I cut into that one yet. Let me look in my little bits that are left and see what I have. If I can find them. Oh, yes. Well, unfortunately, this time I only have a little scrap of the same paper. So we'll just use that instead of this other different paper. But let me cut it down. I'm just going to get a pencil and mark it about where I want to cut it. And I don't cut it by scissors because it will not be straight. And sometimes even when I do it on the machine or the trimmer, it's not straight. Sad to say, but true. Okay, that piece is going to be about 1 1/4 inches, roughly. And that fits perfectly. So we're going to glue that onto there. Not exactly straight. Well, it's straight, but it's over too far one way. This glue dries a little fast. There we go. Okay. Let me just see something. I did use dimensionals. Okay. Now we're going to stamp. So that's going to go here. But there's color in the background. And what I did is I again got out my Stampy Stamps. And I used this little leaf and the medium-sized flower, I believe, which I already have that out. So let me get the leaves out. Okay, what I missed? No, clay. It actually breaks down to sugar. Don't you eat a lot of protein on keto? Protein breaks down to sugar? I thought protein helps slow the sugar going through your blood. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm at the point where anything in moderation. Of course, I'm not losing any weight, but I'm not really gaining any weight either. I use coconut oil for a healthy fat. I don't know what Donna uses. And I use the unflavored coconut oil, and it's a little expensive, but I don't prefer the flavor of coconut in all my food, you know? Isn't that pretty? I just love this. Love it. Ta-da! Ta-da-da-da. To move stuff out of the way so I can get to my stamp chamois. Sorry for shaking everything. You use coconut oils too. I don't think I could do keto personally. I think I could do South Beach again, or the other one I was on, I forget the name of. Shred 10. Shred 10. All right, I'm looking for my Melon Mambo stamp pad that I buried. Here it is. Let's move this one back. Okay. Need a scrap of paper because I'm going to stamp off on the edge here. Now I'm going to go a little lighter here. That's really too light. Oh well. Okay, I think that'll be all right. Yep. Thank you, Donna. Getting better at this stamping stuff a little bit. You know, when I first joined Stampin' Up, I didn't think I could stamp at all. I was like, yeah, I really like the dies better than the stamps and stuff. I use dies a lot, but I'm kind of enjoying stamping. I still do not like fussy cutting. So if there is a die to cut something out, I will get the bundle or a punch. Punches I like because they're fast. Thanks, Donna. I'm trying. Anyway, okay, there we go. Now, this is the second sheet of dimensionals. I'm just about done today. So yeah, I used a lot of dimensionals. And I also used some Dollar Tree foam mounting tape made by Super Glue, it looks like. Not sold by Stampin' Up. I'll show you that in a minute too. And I am not sponsored by them, Dollar Tree or Super Glue. Okay. I always kind of tap them to make sure, but you can kind of tell if you got the wrapper off because it's a different kind of shiny. And now this, I'm just trying to get maybe over a little bit, lined up with the foil. And to finish our card, I just put 2 of these mirror dots on. And this does break like glass, just so you know. Oops, I don't know where that just went. Here it is. Nope. Well, let's get rid of them too because I will wear them. So I just cracked this off, and now I have to start the next row. I'm going to actually cut that off because it's actually like glass mirror. And then you sort of have to bend it and crack it a little bit to get the other dots out. And I just want one more. I usually do odd numbers, but I went with just 2 this time. And that, my friends, is our easel card. A little bit different here. I do actually, Clay. My 3 shoe boxes are full. They're overflowing. I actually just need to send them out more of them out and more often, but I don't know. Anyway, so there is our easel card. And I think the last one you guys picked was it this one? Oh, I want to show you this one because I want to show you this technique. And this is pretty easy. And this is also the one I used. This foam mounting tape in these squares. I don't have one that's on a full roll. So let's put these aside. Pretty. Yeah, I think there and there is okay. I had odd numbers over here on the embellishments, so I think that turned out pretty good. Let me put that aside and we'll do this one. Let me just straighten up a little bit, find my needle that goes in my my pin that goes in my glue bottle so it doesn't dry up. And put a few other things away here. Stuff is falling down. Falling. Does this have ribbon on? It does. Yay, this has ribbon. And it also uses the circle that I punched out from the first one. If I can unbury that somewhere. Oh my goodness. I try to get so organized for this, but it just doesn't. There it is. See, that was punched out of our first card. So we're going to use that too. And we're going to use the ribbon that's coming up all around. Crafts and more. Make a card box. Yes, there is a way to do that. There are videos out there, and I have made one before, but it's been a while. You mean a well, a couple different things. Do you mean a box to put your cards in? What time is my video? I don't know what you mean. Oh, okay. Usually hers at, yeah, 7:15. I was going to say around the same time mine starts on Tuesday. I don't know if you meant a box, like an exploding box card, or if you meant a box to put your cards in that fit A2 size, or what you meant to store them. Okay. Yeah, I've made one of those before out of designer paper. You do need, I think I needed 12 by 12 paper though. So yeah. Okay, what am I doing here? I am looking for this paper in the background. Here it is. And we're going to also want this piece. And we're going to need a scrap of white to stamp on. which I don't think either of these are big enough. No. And we're going to need a piece of Melon Mambo. Let's see. Nope. We're just going to use that piece since we have it. It's a little bit smaller. And we need a thick Whisper White card base to start. Okay. So we're not going to score it again. We're just going to bend over this 8.5 by 5.5 piece of paper. And I'm trying to line it up and then just push down. There we go. Okay, now we're going to cut our designer paper to just be 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to do that down here on my lap. If your paper is directional, so like this one, I want to go up and down, you need to make sure, like we want the 4 1/8 to be, you know, this way, not this way, if that makes sense. So you have to watch your directions if you have directional paper. And then we turn it and we want it to be 5 3/8. Okay. And this piece is a little different than what was here. I have to trim this down. I might as well trim it down while we're here. So this one was 3 3¾ by basically 4 3/4. And now it's going to be 3.5. So I'm going to make it 4.5 just to keep the proportion. So it'll be a little smaller. And then I need to cut the white. Just a plain Whisper White, not a thick. Oh, look, that's almost perfect. I just need to cut it to 3.5. Would be about 3. Hope that's right. So it's going to be a little smaller. We'll see if that works or not. We shall see. Well, more of our designer series paper shows, so that's nice. Okay, Deb, so do you cut a lot of your cardstock and DSP up for cards and have a... Actually, I don't. I was just thinking that the other day. I need to... I don't live by the Kylie Bertucci love it, chop it, because I like to kind of work on the fly most of the time. Yeah, that works if you're doing if you're doing the same type of card, or you have to make a bunch of the same type of card. Now, card bases like this, I do think I'm going to start doing all my thick Whisper White and my thick Very Vanilla, which is the equivalent for those of you in other lands of 110-pound white cardstock. I'm going to start cutting those so that I have some that go this A2 size and some that go, you know, like the easel card way. And then I'm going to take a couple sheets of each of my colors that I think make good card bases and do the same thing, because I do spend time, like right before this live, I went and cut a bunch of card bases, some in navy, some in Mango Melody, and some in thick Whisper White, so I'd have them ready. But that is a good idea, to cut some of your bases. If you make a lot of cards, cut your bases. Your mats, I mean, you could cut some solids in 5 1/8 by 4 1/8 or 5 1/4 by 4, and then the next level down if you wanted to, but I use pieces like this one. I just happen to have a scrap and it's a little bit different than the other one I did, but I'm going to use it anyway and make it work. All the foiled patterns together. Yeah, they won't do all the foiled patterns together. They do them to match whatever that pack is. If I was going to do it with my 12 by 12 designer series paper Melody, I would probably only do one of each of the sheets and chop it like Kylie would say. But I would not do the whole pack, because sometimes you need a 12 by 12 to make something like the box you were talking about. You can't chop it up and then do that. So if you chop it all up, you're sunk. Okay, now I am going to do something a little different here. We're going to need the ribbon across, and we have to do some stamping first. Where's that other little piece of white? So this one I use the Don't Let Worry Spoil Your Happy. And I don't think I have that out yet. I don't. Let me put my leaves back away and put that on instead. It would be a smart thing for me to do two things, is have a little box over to my right here or something with all my card mats in different colors, and maybe a couple. I did also chop before I came on some Whisper White 5 1/4 by 4 pieces, and then I can cut them down, or I can, like I did here, and use them to stamp on, because I use them a lot. But the colors I don't think I will do, because and then what I do also, I store my paper in my 8 1/2 by 11 in these job ticket holder pockets, and I label them like Mango Melody and what the family is, like Brights. I store my scraps of that color right in the pocket. Okay. So, but everybody does stuff a little different, you know. So it's hard for me to tell you do it one way. You have to do what works for you, and over time you'll figure it out, because I keep changing things too. Like I've been doing this a year and I just now figured out, yeah, I really should have card bases stamped, you know, already, or cut already. I'm sorry. So I'm stamping in Mango Melody, Don't Let Worry Spoil Your Happy, on a scrap of white, Whisper White. I'm going to clean my stamp off. These stamps work so well, and it's such a cute font. I love this font. It's like, it sort of has a little bit of whimsy to it. Yes, that's another good idea. I'm not real good about that. Oh, that's okay, Kathy. Thank you for coming over. Wow, cool. We're working on our third card, this one, out of 3 that I'm going to do tonight. Let me just quick show Kathy. This is the easel card we just made. This was the original one I did. And it says, time to celebrate all the lovely things in life, starting with you. These are all using designer series paper from the Everything is Rosy Medley, which is only available in May. It's Stampin' Up, and this is the shaker card we did in the beginning. Yeah, I love the colors too. It's Night of Navy and Mango Melody is what they're mostly based on, but there's other like oh, and they have rose gold foiling in all of them. So if you missed my unboxing of the Everything is Rosy Medley, you might want to check it out. Or if you haven't seen that. You know what? I thought this was a punch, but it's actually a die. So let me get the die out that fits this. These would be the layering circles. And I think this one was this one. So I think this was this one. Yep, it just fits. So let me turn around and I'll cut this out and I'll be right back. Hopefully. And if I'm not right back, then for help. Just kidding. And there's the old crank. And there we go. And that'll fit right on there. Cool. Thanks, Kathy. The unboxing I did on a different video on, I don't remember what day. So I'm just going to glue this. Don't let your worry spoil your happy. This card will be sent to me. No. Because I worry too much, I'm told. And I do. I know I do. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and glue this white piece down. Let me just check something real quick. It'll fit, but it's a lot smaller. I don't know if I like that. Maybe let me see if I have a smaller flower that came in the kit. Because that takes up a lot of room at the top. Yeah, maybe this one. That's better. That'll work better. The other one was bigger, but the paper was bigger that we were using. Okay. Now I'm okay with doing this. You can always sing for me. Just don't tell me to sing. I sing. I used to sing when I cleaned house and stuff, put music on. I haven't been doing that lately. I need to get back in my groove. Back into my groove. Now we're just going to glue this down too, because this whole pink piece is going to be bumped up onto the designer paper. And then what I did on this one is I had cut out some foil leaves, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that on this one. Because I'm getting lazy. I think I'm going to not do that, and we'll see how it looks. And if I want to later, I'll just stick some under there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get the ribbon, which I just put somewhere here. We're going to wrap it around down here. And I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape. Usually I use glue dots. I'm just going to use some Scotch tape this time. Okay, crooked, crooked. And then, let me straighten that out a little bit. And then we're going to take our dimensionals and bump this up. So I still have some left on this sheet. That one's no good. Actually. Yeah, I do too. And this ties bows nicely too. It feels nice too. It's like crinkled and you didn't even have to do anything to it. And I love the Night of Navy too with the metallic rose gold edging, which I'll show you in a minute. And I don't waste these. As you all know by now. Oop, there's a whole one. Yay. We'll put that one in the middle. Okay. Oops, I should do it this way. didn't cut that one. Okay, good enough. If you have trouble getting these off, just push on them and dent, but I don't usually have too much trouble with the dimensionals. The glue dots, sometimes I do. Okay, and now we're going to put that here. Now, let me close my glue bottle up for a minute. The next thing we're going to do is get out the shimmer paint that came in the medley. Oops, sorry. Shaking everything. This is the rose gold shimmer paint. And if you have a stylus, actually, if you have your take your pick tool, you got these in it, but mine are in the box and I don't feel like getting them out. So I'm using this, I think it's Martha Stewart one. And I learned this from a different demonstrator who's not on my team, but she's a friend of the higher ups in my upline. And you just dab it in the lid of the shimmer paint and dot it on your card. And this gives you a little more control than doing taking the paintbrush or the Wink of Stella brush and flicking it on where you place them. So I'm giving my card rose gold measles. Now I had I had left a spot here before because I had those other rose gold foil pieces, and I may do that while these dry. All right, there we go. Now if you also notice, I'm doing the whole piece here before I put it onto here, just in case I mess something up. Yes, Clay has a ribbon addiction. I don't know where he got that from. Yeah. Not me, certainly. And then just clean your thing off with a wet wipe or something. I flick so well. I do like flicking too. Do you remember, oh, well, you guys are probably too young, but the story Flicker about a horse? Oh gosh, I was a little girl then. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. And I guess I'll do some foiling. I will put these little things on, which came out of the die set that comes in the medley. And it was this. And I think I did one of those and two of these little leaves. So let me cut those out of my piece of foil here. And I'll be right back. No flicking without me. Oh my goodness. One, two. I'm going to go third and fourth. There we go. And I know we're hearing that loud thing because I had it in straight instead of, it should come right out. At least it did. Oh, you know what? The last time I turned it upside down to do it, but oh well. It's coming off. I'll have to get the rest out with the brush. And that one popped right off. So let me get the brush. You have a ribbon addiction too, or you also flick well, Donna? Oh boy. Or you sing well. I never know what people are responding to. Should be really fun tomorrow night. Ooh. If I get lost, I might say SOS. No, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Okay. I have to cut one more little one, and I'll be right with you. And this will be our last card, and then I'll show you all the cards again. I only ran it through twice that time. This little guy doesn't need it. Don't worry, just flick it. Now you got to stop cursing at me, Kathy. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. That song, I have that song on my head, just do it, do it. So now I'm thinking, just flick it. You got me going. Oh, gosh. Okay, now we need our little gluey dot things. And we're going to sneak a few of these. I think I actually used wet glue on the first one, but we're going to make this work. I'm just going to put a couple of these on the front again, since we want them facing up. And glue dots or the liquid glue work best for that, in my humble opinion. Okay, see you, Michelle. Thanks for coming. Crafty Michelle. And hi, Unique Crafts by Michelle. That was a little confusing. Hi, bye. One Michelle came and the other, oh no, see what I just did? I just smeared my little, it wasn't dry. Ugh. Well, we'll fix that. We'll put some other bling there. Drat. Which means these aren't dry either. Hang on. Surgery time. There we go. It's a little longer than the first one, but it's okay. It'll be all right. Oh, I see. I made the other one go over sideways more. Okay, well. There we go. I'll put a glue dot and hold that down too. Normally you would put these on before you put the circle down, but I had decided I didn't think I wanted to do that. And then I changed my mind. Yeah, fickle women, I'll tell you. Okay. There will be some fixing up afterwards. What did I do on the inside of this one? Okay. Let's just glue this down carefully, since I already smeared one of those. I turn away and I can fix it, yeah. Well, the first one is good. This one will just not be sent to anybody until it's fixed. Or maybe never. Okay. And that goes right on here. Ah, no, it doesn't. See, you got me all flicked up. I love the sentiment too. Don't let worry spoil your happy. I put wet glue down, but we're supposed to put... Now, this is one I use these foam mounting tape things because I didn't want to use up a whole pack of dimensionals on the back. Sorry, I forgot about that. So now it's going to be extra super strong because I have glue and this. And it still takes a lot of these, but it's okay. These came from the Dollar Tree and they work. Oh, it's okay. It's all fun. We're good. Heaven knows I make enough mistakes without being live. Yeah. Everything's fixable. Most everything. We'll go that way with this one. And this way with that one. And that's enough. And I didn't ruin any more dots. Yay. Okay. Except these are harder to get off than the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. They're harder to get the little covers off. Yeah, I like the foil too. I like rose gold. And silver. I like silver. For jewelry, I like silver. But I do like the look of rose gold, especially with these colors, the navy and the pink mango melody. So pretty. And in a minute, as soon as I get this card done, maybe a couple minutes, I will show you. It's already 9 o'clock. Wow. Good thing I only decided to do 3 cards. I'm trying to be careful not to touch the front of the card much so I don't smear anything else, but these things are giving me a problem. Should use my pokey tool. Okay. There we go. Okay. Phew. It's like too much like work. I'm going to stand up so I can get this centered on here better. And hopefully that looks pretty good to me. Where's my... There we go. Now for the inside, I had another strip of this. Only I think on the other one I had a little piece up at the top, and then I just put one of the little flowers, but don't know if I have any more of those little flowers. Let me see. Let me look. Yep, I have one more. I have one more. It came in the medley. And let me see if I have the strip going the other way. Don't think I have any more of that. Oh, I do. See, when you cut your paper, you get different scraps, and I use the scraps on the inside. So let me see. I don't think this... Oh, I don't need that on there. Duh. Okay, that's perfect. It'll fit right there. So we're just going to glue that at the top. Thank you, Melody. And I want to make sure it doesn't have to be smack up against the top. Just a little bit under. And then we're going to glue this flower right here. And that's it. There's our card. Except I need to fix those, but I will do that off camera. So that is card number 3 out of the 8. I'm sorry, out of the 9. And let me just clean my desk off here a little bit. Sort of, kind of. Too much stuff. And then I'll show you all of them again one more time. So that's the 3rd one we made. Here's the 2nd one we made. And then here was the first one, the shaker card. All pretty. And then, all these cards, 9 cards I made using 6 6x6 sheets of DSP, and all I had was a couple little squares, tiny little squares left of scrap, and 1 piece of 6x6 rose gold foil out of the medley. Obviously, some of the cut out pieces there, and the labels, and some of the bling that came in it, and the shimmer paint that came with it. And these little sequins are going to be available in the new catalog starting June 4th. They're called the Woven Thread Sequins, I think. These were stamped from the stamp set. But let me show you the other cards. This is another one. Very easy. With this is the Night of Navy ribbon with rose gold on it. And there's the inside. I'm going to lay them over here. This one opens long ways. Now that's looking orange there, but it's Mango Melody with rose gold foiling. And here I just stamped tone on tone with the big flower in the medley. And then this was one of the labels in the kit. And I stamped the thank you, used the ribbon again, and tied a little bow. And on the inside, I just used Whisper White and stamped off and used the big flower down in the corner. That's just extra paper to make another one of those. This is done in the Night of Navy, and the same thing I just did for these rose gold foils, I did in Night of Navy, and I did 2 big ones and 2 little ones. Put the Night of Navy under this bumped up foiled banner with Whisper White on top. And I used the same sentiment as this easel card. Time to celebrate all the lovely things in life, starting with you. And this center part, these little blue flowers, I stamped on there from the stamp set in Night of Navy. And I did the same little technique with the stylus and the shimmer paint there. And then on the inside of that one, I did the 4 corners with that little flower and some of the shimmer paint. Aw, don't be jealous. Be inspired. Thank you, Nyx. Thanks, Kathy. And this one says, may your birthday be filled with pretty things. That's the same sentiment we used in Night of Navy in the Shaker card. And this I did using scraps of the leftover pieces from this card and another card I didn't show you yet. And a piece of foil. And this piece of foil actually goes back here, but the funny thing is it actually had like more of these things cut out of it. So I think it went over to about here, and I just tucked it under so only the good part shows. And then I did that same edgelet in Mango Melody. This is a little strip of Mango Melody paper. I flagged it on the end. And then this one is bumped up on dimensionals. And so I had to put a little dimensional under the end of this and glue the rest down here. And the little bits that you cut off the end here and here are what I tucked under top and bottom on that label. And this is one of the mirror blings. And then this was the other piece of paper that I had a scrap left from for here. This is the reverse of one of the papers. And then this label came in the kit, and it actually had the little slots in it to put the ribbon through. So I put the ribbon through, wrapped it around the designer series paper before I glued it down. And there you have that. And the inside just has that paper. And then this one is on Night of Navy, and the marble foiling is on the Night of Navy designer paper. This is an extra piece left over from our Shaker card piece. I used the Night of Navy ribbon with the rose gold, wrapped it around again, and then I punched out, or I actually think I used a layering circle, the 2.5 inch one, without any scallop on it. I put this label that came in the kit on it. Use that Don't Let Worry Spoil Your Happy. Stamp those little flowers in Mango Melody to bring out some of the pink in this paper. And then this was one of the die cuts that came in the kit. And the whole circle's bumped up on dimensional. And then the inside, I just put the little flowers down in the corner again. So that is it. 9 cards out of, let's see, 6 out of 48. What's that, 1/8 of the paper, something like that. And then, of course, I'm making extras of them, some of them here. So I'm using up more of the kit, but I still have a lot of kit left to play with. And would anybody be interested in a class for this or no? I think we're sort of out of time, mostly. But I will say the first person, if anybody would order it, that orders the Everything is Rosy Medley. Let me find my note here on what you will get. I'll do a drawing for whoever orders the Everything is Rosy in May. It has to be in May because that's only when it's available. I'll do a drawing for this. This is a complete kit. It's just not, I opened it to show people what it was. It's a Precious Parcel card kit that was part of the celebration. It's no longer available. So everything's in here, and I'd package it back up better. This is what it looks like. So I will do a drawing for that. And then for any order in May or June, I'm going to do May or June, over $25 before shipping and handling and tax, you'll get a card from me. Always send a thank you. $50 plus, you'll get 2 cards and a yard of retiring ribbon, because I have a lot of ribbon that's retiring. $100 plus, you'll get 3 cards, 2 yards of retiring ribbon, and some 6x6 papers. Designer papers, like, for example, this is just an example. This might not be what you would get, but I have 32 sheets remaining plus some scraps of the Designer Series paper for the neutral family. All the neutrals, you know, there's only one plus a partial sheet of the navy, but there's 32 out of 48 sheets left, and I'm not going to be able to use them by May 31st or June 3rd. So I'm going to be, for, you know, orders over 100, that's going to be added to the gift. And 150 or more, you get 3 yards of ribbon, some retiring 6x6 papers, more than what I would give for the 100. And then the other thing is, if you're all still with me, or whoever's still with me, I'm going to start giving prizes with these videos, these lives that I'm doing. Okay. So if you put a comment down below the video after it goes up as a video, this time I'd like you to answer what was your favorite card out of the Everything is Rosy medley. And I will have a drawing next time, except next week it'll either be Monday night or there won't be one. So it might be 2 weeks from now. Next time I'll do a drawing for a pack of embellishments. And if you share the video and in your comment below my video, put the link where you shared it, because I don't know how to tell where you shared it on YouTube unless you give me the link. If you share this video, you'll get an unopened spool of retired or retiring ribbon. And if you make a purchase, in addition to those other things I said, you'll get an unused pack of Designer Series paper, 12x12 or 6x6. I have a couple unused packs, and that part is only for May. That purchase part. The prize drawings are for a little while, but the I might have to change the purchase one to something else once the unused DSP packs go away. So I know not everybody watches to the end, so those that did, congratulations, or those that rewatch. If you follow those, I'll do a prize drawing next time. And 3 people did give me comments after last week's. I will do a drawing, the same drawing for those people as I just mentioned, at the same time I do the one for this week. So I'll do 2 weeks worth of drawings next time. Thank you, Melody. Oh, I know, Donna. Don't we all? I know, we all wish we could. So yeah, I hope that was kind of clear. And don't forget my host code for May is 9NH6E4BJ for any order under $150. You know, little orders add up. I do appreciate if they're $25 or more. That just is like a kind of a minimum target. But even if you can't do that, every little purchase helps. Every little purchase helps. So whatever you can do when you can is how I say it. And don't strap yourself, because it's crafting stuff, right? And I get that, but it's my business, one of them. The other one needs some attention too. I'll tell you what though, this year's catalog coming out, they really rocked it, I think. What do you think of the catalog, those that got it already? Clay and Donna, did you get yours, you said? Oh, okay. Great, Kathy. You'll see that they have suites now. Like you can order, that's when I did my pre-order unboxing. You can order the bundle, which is usually the Stampin' Die or Stampin' Punch, plus one each of the DSP and each of the embellishments or memories and more cards or whatever it is that goes with that entire suite. So, for example, the Bird Ballad suite, you get the stamp, the dies, the tin with the lacy cards in it, the little trinkets, and the designer series paper with the birds on it. And I think there's something else, but I can't remember. Oh, probably ribbon, vintage ribbon, maybe. Yeah, helps with the ribbon addiction. Yeah, I love it too. Yeah, it helps with the ribbon addiction because they don't quite have as much this year, but they do have some new ones. Yes, the bundles actually, the book that came out to you in the very front, I can't remember what page. I think it's like page 10. I can't show it yet till June 4th on video. There is a listing of all the bundles in the catalog. And then if you go to the page that's shown for that bundle, some of them have suites, like the Sail Away one, the Bird Ballad, the I can't remember if it's Floral Essence or Perennial Essence, and there's like 3 more or so that have an entire suite, which includes the bundle and then everything else that coordinates with it. You can get all of that with one item number. So, or you can just get the bundles, which are the 10% off, you know, for the Stampin' Dies or whatever, or Stampin' Punch. Or you can just get the stamps separately, that kind of thing. But if you want the bundle and you're going to get all the embellishments anyway, it's just easier to order with the one item number. That starts June 4th. So the catalog starts June 4th. So make your wish list. Anyway. And then go through it twice. It's like make your list and check it twice. Got to find out who's naughty or nice. No. I actually did a spreadsheet for my pre-order, and then I changed it. And then I had to change it again because they didn't let us pre-order from the whole catalog. So one of the sets I got that I showed in the beginning with my second pre-order, is this Parcels and Petals. Now, I think this is a bundle, but I don't know that this one has a suite. I can't remember. But this one's really cute because, well, it has some real nice font and things to it also, but it makes a little box. That's the parcel part of it. So that was really cute, I thought, and it has a little label thing here. And I love this, like a background floral print. So that's one of them I just got. And it actually has another tag topper thing, which I can't wait to play with. But there's a new punch tag too. So anyway, lots of cute things. You have to, guys, you have to let me know. Maybe next week's question will be, what's your favorite thing in the new catalog? Or what's your favorite new in color? Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock, Seaside Spray, or Pretty Posy, Purple Posy, excuse me. So you'll have to let me know. All right, well, it is 9:30 almost, so I'm going to let you guys all go. And be sure when I upload this to go back before the next live next week. I think I'll probably do one Monday night instead of Tuesday night. I just can't do Tuesday because I have to be at a meeting at my mom's facility at 4 p.m. You cannot order until June 4th. June 4th. The current catalog ends June 3rd and the new one starts June 4th. So just make your wish list. Now, if you want this Everything is Rosy, that's not in the catalog. It's a special, only available online through the end of May or while supplies last. And it has these beautiful papers, and I've shown it twice, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it comes with 48 papers, which I've been using tonight. 8 of 6 different designs. Of course, I don't have 8 left of them all now. So there's one. And there's another one. I didn't get them all out. And there's another one. But the papers this time, Perennial Essence, I think is my favorite in the catalog. Yeah, June 4th. And then there's this one. I didn't use some of the backs. I used the back of this one. I didn't use the back of that yet, nor the back of that, nor the back of that, because I wanted to show off the pretty foils. And this one, I used a little bit of that back. And then this one we just used. And that has little dots on the back. And then you get 8 sheets of 6x6 rose gold foil. You get 2 sheets of these foiled labels. You got 2 sheets of these. We just used one of these. And you got 2 sheets of these, which I used both of these little ones on both sheets now. But there were 2 whole sheets of those. And then you get the shimmer paint, the ruched ribbon in Mango Melody, the navy blue ribbon with the metallic edge, the mirror rose gold thingies, and the Stampin' Die set, which look like this. Everything is Rosy that I've been using, and the Everything is Rosy dies that I've been using. It is. It's really pretty paper. I think there's only 1 or 2 papers I didn't care for in the catalog this time, and I didn't order them, so you didn't see them from me, but you might have seen them from other people. Verdant Lane or something like that, which is all greens, brandy, all different shades of greens, flowery kind of stuff. I like green, but I don't like all my paper to be all green, so I didn't get that one. And there's a Woven Threads one they didn't offer to us in the pre-order, I think. And I actually didn't get the Magnolia Lane because I got the Memories and More cards instead. So, yeah. Yes, you, green. Anyway. So if you have any questions on any Stampin' Up stuff or any of the cards, let me know, and I'll be happy to try and help you. I don't know if I'll make more cards or just pick 3 more to do next week. Since it's going to be an off week for me, I might just do that if that's all right with you. That'll be my focus in the month of May, is this medley. Although maybe what I'll do is 1 or 2 cards from here and bring in a card from a different set. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern or sometime throughout the day. 2 videos will be going up. One is Craft Our Stash with cards with Paige. And I killed a kit in that one, just as a heads up. It's an old paper pumpkin kit. And then Oh So Inspired also. And then tomorrow night, yes, on my channel, Kathy's Cards and Tina's Crafty Life and Andrea Steve or the Midnight Crafter, hopefully. And I will be altering something. So we hope to see you there tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. Have a nice evening, what's left of it, and have a great day tomorrow. Well, Clay, you can watch it. They're videos, so you can watch it anytime. Bye, Donna. Thank you. Good night, Nix. Thank you. Bye, Melody. You're welcome, Clay. Thank you. Hugs.